What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first stream in probably months at this point. It's been a minute. Uh, the reason being is you know life, right? I wasn't even gonna do a stream tonight, mainly because just things have been so hard lately. So not working, right? Still unemployed for a bit now, and looking for jobs. That's basically what's going on with me. It's gonna give you the lowdown and dirty shame. Props if you ever saw that movie. Uh, so, in essence, my IT job, uh, I was working for a company called Declara, right? They got bought out by a company called R1. Um, then R1 decided to, their IT department was in India, and we kind of saw the writing on the wall. And I think by April, March or April, somewhere around there, they started letting everybody go. Uh, I found another job, but it definitely didn't work out. And I'll probably do a video on that later, mainly because it was just that job by itself needs a whole explanation. Um, but since then, I've been applying for jobs. There's little to no IT jobs out there. Literally, like I'm going on Steam and I see nothing, like nothing. And not Steam, I'm sorry. Indeed, ZipRecruiter. I even updated my profile on LinkedIn. And there's like one job here, one job there. I found the few interviews I did, but like I'll give you one good example. One hiring manager, she was hiring for a tier one IT, which I was doing like tier two. She was like, I am literally going through so many applications. I promise we'll get an interview sometime next week, but there's just so many applicants. I can't even like sort through them all. And next week came and she was just like, yeah, we already hired somebody. It was just too many. So I can't blame her. It's just the way the whole market is right now. And yeah, it's just the way it is. So I actually started pivoting from IT jobs to like other jobs, right? Like I used to do construction, so I started applying for construction jobs, and nowhere near the salary I was bringing in to maintain this place that we live in. Uh, Started looking at like applying for everywhere. I mean, like Walmart. I mean, like everything. And like rejected, rejected, rejected. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is not good. So, believe it or not, I thought I could do it on my. I thought I could kind of what do you call it? Create my own company and kind of service. Uh, I know tier one, tier two, tier three IT work. I build servers, computers, everything. I was like, I could do this, right, myself, and I could bring in people. So I created a company called Think Byte Studios. Uh, and as you can see here, right, uh, we do a lot of things. So like I business IT services, so being an MSP for companies. But I noticed a lot of companies are just like trying to cut back on a lot of things. Website hosting. I even did like 9.99. Um, but the problem is a lot of companies have contracts already, so it's tough to get clients. And then for everyday people, total tech home care, virus, malware protection, locking down computers, purchasing advice, telling people don't buy a $2,000 computer when a $600 computer will do just fine for everything that you need. Um, Sifting through all the craziness that's going on, being on top of everything like the new SharePoint vulnerability for Microsoft. And then I have emergency IT support kind of thing. So I've been trying to do this. And a buddy of mine also is in on this. So that's why I have Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Cisco. I'm half, he's half. So, um, if you ever are in need for IT services, let me know. uh, we could, definitely, provide any and all, but it's been really tough. Like I've been going door to door, um, offering our services, posting flyers, everything, and I was talking to a sales guy, and he was just like, "Yeah, it's really tough now." And from people I've been hearing is like companies don't want to spend money because of the tariffs that will go into effect on August 1st. So a lot of them are just like hesitant to invest, or it's just a mess. It really is. Um, and as you can see, I have a nice cold one. Uh, it's been rough. Um, it's been rough. It's been very, very rough. The last couple days, last week or two has really been rough. Mm, Dogfish, Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. Good, really good. I missed it. I forgot how good it tasted. Um, so let me just double check this is streaming. Uh, yes. Okay, cool. Think Bite Studios, if you ever need anything, just let us know. I have a phone number here. Um, Pretty much goes directly to me. I think we're Monday through Friday. And then if it's after hours, I, leave a voicemail, I respond back, things like that. So, if you ever need anything. So one thing I wanted to kind of dive in, and kind of do this video is because I've been out of the game for so long. So many things have happened in the gaming realm. I also applied for a job at Slytherin Matrix Games. I think Paradox didn't work out. Like, uh, yeah, I called in a lot of favors and none of them panned out, unfortunately. But it is what it is, right? Uh, However, I do want to thank let me just make sure I got his name right. Ray Rockwood. Mainly because I showed up and I saw on my Steam page that I got a couple of games donated to me or bought for me. So Infection Free Zone, which is a game I've been wanting to play, right? Rebel Fury, and then RBM Studios Gettysburg. So I was like, whoa. So I wanted to throw a big thank you to Ray for this. I haven't played these games yet. I'm gonna actually start taking a look now at and see what these games are all about. Let's take a look at this trailer. Oh, this is kind of cool. Oh wow. Okay. Whoa. Nicely made there. This is kind of cool. It's like a board game kind of thing. Oh, impressive. Okay. Well, yeah, it's kind of like a board game. Oh, eliminated. Nice. Destroyed Rhodes' whole division. So each unit is each square, whatever unit confederate is a whole different core. That's gonna make the game go by quick, right? Right, like two cores basically. You have the lead there. This is cool. I like it. It's kind of like almost like a fast-paced Gettysburg game. I wonder if there's a way to like kind of minimize the hexes and and break down the units even further. Oh, Hood McClaws. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. And it shows you like a line of what these objectives. So that's one game I'm gonna play. 31 positive reviews, 96%. Wow, okay. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. I plan to play that. It's gonna be definitely a stream for me. And then the other game Ray bought for me was Rebel Fury. Actually, the second game, Ray. I really appreciate it, man. It his hat definitely helps, especially with somebody that's not as motivated these days as I am. Wow. Ooh, I like this. Chattanooga. Wow. Okay, this is probably the game I'll play first. Rocket Chickamauga here, baby. Wilderness. I love. I'm a huge 1864, 65. You know, like highly interested in those time periods because there's so much on the line on those times. It's not. So this is, I think, based on the same feels like similar to the last game in terms of style. This is the same kind of developer. So GMT Games, Hexes of War, and then Hexes of War. Yeah, I figure because it had a very similar style to it. And then Infection Free Zone. Again, thank you, Ray, for this. This is a game I wanted to.
A number of violent attacks is growing rapidly.
Ready for action.
That's cool. Ooh, I want to buy this game so bad.
This house is infected. We need to build defenses.
That is cool.
Construction complete.
And when the night comes. Oh, they're rifle powered.
Need backup! Need backup!
I just saw 27 or 28 years later. Horrible. I didn't like it at all. So was my wife.
There's too many of them.
Oh wow. It's like World War Z. They climbed the walls.
Requesting support. To all survivors, broadcasting on all emergency frequencies. We provide food and shelter, safety and security. This is an infection-free zone.
That's cool. Okay. So, oh, it's in early access too. So what I think I'm gonna do tonight is, well, I have these two new games I'm definitely gonna play. I'm gonna do a stream of Grand Tactician Civil War. I just been in the mood for playing it. There's another game that did happen, and I feel bad, and my apologies to the lead developer. I interviewed him, but it's just it's been a rough year for a lot of us. Um, there are a lot of, I mean, it's been a rough year. Um, yeah, it's been a rough year. I don't like getting into politics. Um, it's just been a rough year. I know there's some conservatives and there are liberals out there and there are independents. Uh, I just, you know, I'll be honest, the tariffs have been so disruptive on the economy, right? And that's just not me saying it. You have um, the CEOs of many banks, companies, Apple, right? I was gonna point. I had an Apple shirt on before, um, but Google, everybody was saying that tariffs are not good, and it's technically against conservative ideology, but they definitely have slowed down. Um, I know the jobs report the last couple of months have has shown good results. Um, maybe it's just me, my luck, but I've noticed companies pulling back. I've noticed stuff under the scene. Um, yeah, it's just been rough. It's been really rough. Uh, yeah, it's been really rough. And literally I dipping into savings, dipping into like my stock that Apple gave me. Thank you, Apple, for that stock. Came in extremely handy now. um but I'm coming to the point where it's just like I had a discussion with my wife the last week about selling this place, and we're renting it out, and her moving in with her mother. And I hope her mother doesn't watch this YouTube channel, but her moving in with her mother, and I can't move in with her mother. That's a long story by itself. Um, and I was going to kind of like, uh, you know, I have a vehicle, so I was gonna kind of uh, manage out of there. Um, and you know, I think the president just passed this law a couple of days ago about basically making it criminalizing if you're homeless. So if you don't have a home, you technically are going to get arrested or relocated to a jail or something. That really shocked me because I serve my country. And I technically do a nonprofit where I work with the National Guard, State Guard, DoD, and all this stuff. So when I think of the United States, I think land of the free, home of the brave, and um, that's why I served, for so many years. Augmented the National Guard Surf P teams doing 74 Delta. Signed piece of paper saying, "Hey, if we ever get activated in this unit, chances are." You're not coming back because 74 Delta, if you guys are not familiar, it's a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, high yield explosive unit. So we're sent into like hot zones or warm zones where there's radiation or chemicals or biologics or whatever. So I remember my Air Force staff sergeant was saying, or tech sergeant, I forgot how their rank structure goes, was saying something like, "Hey, if we ever get deployed, guys, you need to have your will and testament like set." And I was 18, 19. I started like I chuckled inside. You can't chuckle on the outside in the military. But she was like, "No, I'm serious. I know you guys don't take this seriously. If we get activated and deployed, this is like during the Al Qaeda terrorism stuff. Um, there's a good chance you're not coming back." And that reality, I remember when she said that kind of hit me. I was like, wow. She's like, because we're going to be dealing with rough stuff. We're going to be dealing with chemicals. She's like, I can't tell you guys, but like she mentioned certain stuff that was going on that really scared the frack out of me. Even as an 18, 19-year-old soldier, um, scared the frack out of me. And she says, if we get activated and have to deal with this stuff, I remember having to take training on taking this big ass freaking needle. And oh, I'm so thankful that I forgot who it was, a captain or somebody, but we had to practice taking this big freaking needle and hitting ourselves in the rear end. And she says we're gonna practice that because if this nerve agent, if we have to deal with this nerve agent, you have to know where to hit. And this captain comes along, and I forgot ended the training. Oh my gosh. We all know. By the way, I know some of you guys are gonna hate me for this. When I was in boot camp, I had the red tag on my boots, and I had to use the head. And I remember me and two or three other recruits had to go use the head. Went to use the head, came back, and they were sticking everybody in the rear with these big needles. And I was like, oh man, I was 18 or 17, and I'm like, oh man, okay, yeah. And they were like, the nurse or medic or whatever was like, are you allergic? Are you allergic to anything? Blah blah blah. I was like, penicillin. And he looks at me, he's like, you're lying to me. I'm like, no, I'm allergic to penicillin. And then he looks at my boot and he's like, get get the f away from me. I'm like, what happened? I don't understand. And I went in line. Everybody was like rubbing their, and I'm like, I didn't get it. And they were like, you didn't get it? I'm like, no. I'm like, why? I'm like, I just said I was allergic to penicillin. And it was like, dude, seriously? And for like the first 1 or 2 weeks of boot camp, everybody was like in pain while sleeping. I wasn't. Um, so sorry to all my recruits. Uh, I I don't know what penicillin, being allergic to penicillin does. It's a good thing and a bad thing because good thing is I didn't get that shot, but the bad thing is like the amount of antibiotics that are given to me is only like one or two because I'm allergic to penicillin. Anyway, so I did want to highlight this game here because it did come out. That's my son, by the way. I don't have my own office anymore because we moved and we couldn't afford the last place anymore. The rent was just going up by $100 every month. So um, we got this place, and now we can't afford it anymore because life. Where's this game? I'm trying to find it, guys. I'm trying to find it. Stay with me. Stay with me, boys. It's not Grand Tactician. I'm trying to remember the name of the game. I should probably know it by heart, right? Since I did so many bloody videos on it. And that's my first beer, so don't think I'm like intoxicated. I can't figure out where or the name of this game is. Why can't I find this game? Uh, it's oh, I know what it is. Just popped up in my head. So the game that's came out, Version of Command came out. It came out on April 8th. The developer got in touch with me and was like, "Hey, are you interested in like covering the game's release?" I'm sorry, I just was in a the last couple of months have been just bad. Just been bad. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to be there. I haven't been able to actually um, play the game, buy the game. I think it was on sale during the Steam summer sale and spring sale, I think. Um, every literally dollar that I spend, I'm counting because it's just, you know, it's just the way it is. But I've been wanting to play this game, and I know I can get a free dev code. I don't want to do that, right? I want to do my due diligence and give the developer, I think his name is Luke, um, $25. Well, he's not even $25 because Steam takes 30% of that. So like three, six, uh, like $7, $8 goes straight to Steam. So he doesn't even get that. He gets like $16 and change. And then after taxes, probably what, like $14. So he gets basically almost half of that. but I want to kind of give him some money because I played the demo of this and it's incredible. Um, so like I want to do that, and if I have to just be $25 short and the little money I have left, let's just do that, right? That's the least I can do, right? People put in their heart and sweat and soul into this. Um, the other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, like I started this, this thing I told you guys about, Think Bite Studios, right? And I'm not getting, the jobs that I was hoping for. I was planning to get like one or two businesses to kind of cover. Um, and the reason I'm doing this, business IT services, is because I've been in business IT and I've seen so many horrible things on that side. Um, hold on, let me, so there's this company, yeah, yeah, I think this is them. Okay. There's this company out there. I'm not going to say their name, but you can kind of go from there, on how horrible they are. I'm surprised these are probably all fake. Um, I have, I highly doubt that. Um, so I just want to say one thing. I just want to say this one thing. You need to have a security policy in in you have to have a security policy in place. So if I call as one of the companies that you manage IT services, and let's say I'm the CEO of whatever, right? And I say, hey, this is blank for company blank. I forgot my password. Can you reset it for me and tell me, right? You need to have a security policy in place to say, okay, what is your ID number, or what is your, you know, some kind of authentication process, right? Before I give you the new password. Also, it's probably not a good idea to have like servers that are 2012, Windows Server 2012 or Windows Server 2009 for your clients, because they're unsupported and it's easy to get in. But that's just me. So, servicing these companies, I was like, I could do a much better job than that. So that's why I did this. Um, anyway, so if you guys need anything like that, let me know. So I'm gonna end this stream here. We're gonna play Grand Tactician Civil War. Um, I'm gonna refill my beer, and I will catch you guys in, I don't know, a couple minutes. See you then.